Hello my fellow cigar smokers and welcome to Smokers Spot. I wanna present you today my top 3 cigars for a quick smoke. And here we have the 3 cigars I chose. Let's see. So my friends, I have chosen 3 cigars. The first one is the Davidoff Nicaragua Short Corona. The second one is a Cuban. It's the Ramon Allones, or Ramon Allones, not sure how to pronounce it. And it's the Small Club Corona. And the third one, by Caldwell, Robert Caldwell, it's the Eastern Standard. And this Vitola, they call it Manzanita, but more or less it's a half Corona. My only criteria for quick smoke was that you should be able to smoke the cigar in under 30 minutes, average speed. We all know these people who are smoking like crazy. Then probably a half Corona will only last like 15 minutes. Other people are very slow in regards of smoking, and then it probably takes like 40 minutes. But I guess more or less I'm an average smoker speed-wise, so I can easily smoke all of these 3 in under 30 minutes. Okay, some more details. I will, before I keep on talking about cigars, I will light up the first one, and that will be the Davidoff Nicaragua Short Corona. What do we take? Punch cutter. Sometimes when you punch cut a cigar, you can hear if it's worked out fine or not. In this case, looking very good. Look at that ring. Great. Okay, and this time, guys, I'm using Davidoff lighters. Isn't that great? I would guess when I'm lighting up my Davidoff Nicaragua with Davidoff matches, it probably even tastes better, right? Even with matches, you can toast it a little bit. For outside, I wouldn't recommend using matches because the wind will fuck it up. But even if you have like a strong air conditioning, like here you see how it looks like, but that's okay. I'm always just toasting it a little bit, you know, at the edges. I would say it's looking good. Oh, great. Taking all the cigars that Davidoff is having on the market right now, really, the Nicaragua is one of my favorite cigars. It has this typical aromas that are coming from tobacco that is coming from Nicaragua. You have the spice, earth, wood, and this little bit of pepper. I just love it. But it has its price. From all the 3 cigars I would present you today, that is the most expensive one. We all know Davidoff is a little bit more on the expensive side. So here, let me check. It is 10 euros and 35 cents. So that's approximately somewhere between $12 and $13. Well, that's a number for a really short smoke. But it's a damn good cigar. Why quick smokes? You know, we all know that cigar smoking is all about relaxing and taking your time for your cigar and all that. But sometimes you don't even have to be in a hurry. But you know, sometimes you're sitting, for example, here in the lounge, and you're not up to smoking a long stick that will take like 60 or 90 minutes. Sometimes you're just in mood for quick smoke. So that's the right occasion, Stan, for smoking the smaller vitolas. The Davidoff Nicaragua, it's a puro Nicaragua, so means wrapper, binder and filler, all from Nicaragua, and they have a very complex mixture in it. The wrapper is an H2000 Rosado wrapper. It's looking, I mean the wrapper, frankly, that's magic. It's not so dark, but still it's a little bit oily, and just a few light veins, and the construction itself is great. So wrapper was an H2000. The binder is also from Nicaragua, and again, I'm sorry if I pronounce all the Spanish names wrong, but you know what I mean, right? Jalapa, so Jalapa. The filler, they have 3 different tobaccos that are coming from 3 different regions in Nicaragua. The first one is Condega, second Esteli, we all know that name, and the third one is Ometepa. So it's a very complex smoke. And even when you're just smoking like 25 to 30 minutes, complex, has a lot of development, just a great cigar. So when you don't have to worry about your budget, so you don't care about money, take the Nicaragua, the Davidoff Nicaragua into consideration. Very good cigar. So, my second one I want to talk about is the Eastern Standard by Robert Caldwell. Love Caldwell cigars. Doing great stuff. For example, one of my all-time favorites, the Blind Man's Bluff. No matter if it's the light one or the Maduro, both are great cigars, and they somewhere in my standard portfolio. It's always in my humidor, Blind Man's Bluff. However, at least in Germany, they are not so popular, so you won't get them in every brick and mortar store that is around. But if you find one that is, well, it has a good assortment, they will definitely have it. What else were they doing? So we have the Blind Man's Bluff, Eastern Standard, like this one here, the Long Live the King is Dead, a lot of stuff, and like it very much. So the Eastern Standard, that's the less expensive one we have here, the cheapest. Just €3.90, so around $5. more or less. In comparison, 390, 1035. All right, so the Eastern Standard, half Corona, they call it Manzanita. Don't know if that means something. And they have some kind of a wild mixture in it. The wrapper is an Ecuador, Connecticut wrapper. Also, very good looking wrapper. I like it. The tobacco inside is looking well filled. So a good construct. And what I love, see here, they have this little pigtail. Great. Manzanita, half Corona, it's a 42 ring gauge and it's 4 inches long. Did I mention how long, what size the Nicaragua is? Doesn't matter, more or less the same. The wrapper, Ecuador, Connecticut, already said that. The binder is from the Dominican Republic, don't know what the tobacco they were using. And the filler is from the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. Also a little bit more on the strong side, not as strong as the Davidoff Nicaragua. That's more or less the strongest cigar Davidoff has to offer, next to the Escurio, I guess. They are both pretty strong. All other Davidoffs are more or less mild. The Eastern Standard not as strong as the Davidoff Nicaragua, but still has some power. So we will definitely feel it. Oh Jesus, ash was falling down. Davidoff and the ash. Sweet mother of Jesus. I was talking about in extents in the a couple of weeks ago we were doing a review about the new Davidoff Madison 515 where the ash was in catastrophe. I love Davidoff cigars, don't get me wrong, really one of my favorites, but what they can't do right is the ash. I don't know what's going on with Davidoff and the ash, but that's a problem with almost every cigar you have from Davidoff. They fucking up the ash. Well, you can't do everything right, even when the cigar is costing like twice the price, like a Cuban or so. Anyhow, the third one for a quick smoke, my suggestion, is a Cuban. It's the Ramon Allones. And in this case, it's the small club Corona. A little bit longer than the others, as you can see, but a little bit smaller. Ramon Allones has just a ring gauge of 40. The others had a 42. And is 4.2 inches long. As we know from the Cubans, wrapper, binder, and filler, all Cuban. Good looking wrapper. The small club Corona, it's not a box pressed, you know. It's not a box pressed, but it has its edges, you know. So it's not perfectly round. It's like maybe it wanted to be a box pressed, but they didn't make it. I don't know. But I like the size. I like the Vitola. It has this typical Cuban flavors: earth, leather, little bit of pepper, white pepper of course, and I would say it's from all three we have here, Eastern Standard, Ramon Allones, and the Nicaragua, it's probably the mildest one. So it's a really easygoing smoke with a lot of flavors in it. Also, it's a small club Corona. In Cuba, the Vitola is called Minutos. Don't know if this has something to do how many minutes you need in order to smoke the cigar. I don't know, but they call it Minutos, so Minutos it is. Ramon Allones, one of the oldest Cuban brands. They opened like 1830 something, don't know the exact year. And interesting fact is that they were the first manufacturer who were doing colored stickers on the box. Actually, the first ones. Nowadays, they have just 3 Vitolas left that are on the market. It's the Small Club Corona, it's the Gigantes, and the third one I forgot. But you can easily look it up for yourself. Or maybe we have the text somewhere here what is available. Maybe we can manage to do that. Yeah, and just 3 series on the market right now. Anyhow, they are, but even just available at the moment is the Small Club Corona. The other 2 are not available because there's still a lockdown in Cuba, no Cuban tobaccos out there, blah, 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 blah. We all know these stories. But what they, in the last couple of years, what they were popular for is they were making a lot of these regional editions. You know, the Cubans, they started years ago with not only limited editions, for the year, so you have a limited 2019 and 18, so year-wise. They also started with regional editions. So they made one special Vitola for a specific country or region. So, for example, you have the exclusive Germany, which is called here the 5th Avenue because that's the name of the importer. Or you have an exclusive Portugal, Spain, Italy. They also made, which is really funny, they make a regional exclusive for Cuba too. So, I mean, where's the sense behind that? Making Cuban cigars and making a regional just for Cuba? Anyhow, very good smoke. And it's one of the Cubans that are more or less has no, at least this small Vitola here, has no quality issues. So, I can't remember the last 5 or 6 I smoked of these that they had any issues with the draw, with the burn. So at least that's a good thing. And price-wise, it's €6.50. So somewhere in between. We have the Eastern Standard for $3.90. We have the Ramon Allones, the Cuban, for $6.50, and we have, of course, our high flyer here, the Davidoff Nicaragua short Corona for €10.35. They are all 3 good quick smokes. I smoke them a lot when I in the mood for a short smoke. So would love to know if you ever smoked one of these 3, what you think. If you have other favorites for a quick smoke, let me know. Put it down in the comments. What are your favorites? Or do you even like quick smokes, like the small Vitolas, or you also, like me, more into the bigger Vitolas and a long-lasting smoke? Let me know. Alrighty, guys. That's it for today. As I said many times, Wednesday, Cigar Talk. Friday, cigar reviews. And we will come up with new stuff like pairing, unboxing, and so on. So if you want to know what is going on here, subscribe and tick this little bell, and you know when we're bringing out new stuff, you will be notified. That would be nice. Wish you a wonderful day. Have a good smoke, good drink. Stay safe.